And welcome back, everybody. This is Movies and Beyond. I'm Callum. That's Giles. Kyle, how are we doing today?
I caught a shoplifter from work.
Caught a shoplifter. Nice. What were they stealing? Food to feed the family. You tight cunt.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can't let him get away with
it. Them kids are gonna starve.
Yeah, because crime is bad.
Yeah. Is it the second one you caught now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. You are so cool. Yeah. Did you feel like a big man when you did it? Do you feel big and strong?
Felt like you. Felt strong as you.
Cheers, Kyle. You know I love my ego being robbed. Rubbed. I like it all. Probably because we were talking about robbing. But let's talk about some fun stuff. Nicholas Hoult has been cast as Lex Luthor in Superman Legacy. Now, we know he was up for the role of Superman a couple months ago before David Corenswet got cast in the role. But I thought he'd have been a great choice for Superman as well, but I think he's an even better choice for Lex Luthor. This reminds me of one of them situations where Tom Hiddleston went for the role of Thor, then they ended up giving him the role of Loki. Kind of similar situation here. He's gone for the role of Superman, but he's ended up getting Lex Luthor. I think Nicholas Hoult is a fantastic actor. Did you ever end up watching The Menu?
Not yet. Funny you say that, I'm eating my tea.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's a great film, and he's great in it. So, I don't see why there should be an issue with him being Lex Luthor. What do you think of him actually being Lex Luthor?
Well, in James Gunn I trust, but this one is because he was in. The only thing I know him from is I think I've known him from like one of the war films or something like that. Something I've seen
He was
him
in Mad Max Fury Road. He was Beast in the prequel X-Men films.
Yeah, no, I know him. I know him more from Beast from the new X-Men films. I think he can do it. It's one of those cases where it's like I just can't see him in the role too. Well, I can. With this one, I expected them to cast someone just a little bit older, not too old, but a little bit older for Lex Luthor.
I don't think he's young.
I mean, he looks quite young there. Do you know? He's got one of those young faces.
Yeah. I could be wrong. He's got to be in his 40s. Yeah, he's got to be. But don't fret, people. Once he shaves his head, he will look how he looks in the comics. So, everyone chill out.
Do you think they're going to give him the shaved head straight away, or...?
Yeah, they've got her. I think they made a big mistake not doing that with Jesse Eisenberg's. You know, not like it made...
I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was entertaining.
It was entertaining, but it wasn't... My old problem with that is I don't think it actually just fit the tone of the film. Now, you know, we've been getting a lot of comments over the past couple of days about Stephen Yeun being Sentry in Thunderbolts. And it's like, he don't look like him. And we've had a couple of ones where it's like, I've seen one where it was like, Sentry's supposed to be a big, strong, blonde white guy or something like that, and he goes, they've swapped him for a LGBTQ Asian. Who's 5'8". One, you're probably fucking 5'8". So, all right.
So, with this casting, cool. I'm glad for that. I hope he sticks with it and he's not just a one-off villain.
This is good. This is going to be long-term DC. This.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's got to be.
I mean, he's probably going to return sometime in Marvel as well, actually, pretty soon, because X-Men and stuff.
Nah, I think they'll stick with Kelsey Grammer.
Mm.
I don't think we're going to see that. that X-Men cast anytime soon. If we're going to see anyone, maybe Fassbender or McAvoy. Apart from that, no one else. But yeah, I like this casting. Obviously, we've got some more casting from Superman Legacy as well. Jimmy Olsen's been cast. You know, a couple of the side characters.
Sorry, obviously the cast of Jimmy Olsen. It's that kid who's in. Is it Vacation? Or one of them? It's where it's like a mum and a dad, and they've got 2 boys, and they go on vacation. It's a comedy.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's Vacation or there's another one. It came out around the same time. And they're both about going on vacation.
I think it's Vacation.
And I think the 2 actors are actually in both of those films as well. It's quite funny. It's weird. But I remember him being like fucking hilarious. Like you know, his little brother in the film is in the car, and he's waving at this girl. He's waving to this girl, and he puts a fucking plastic bag over his head. Like he just. If he brings, I feel like he will be like the comic relief, if so to speak. Which I'm glad about, because he was fucking hilarious from what I saw just in that film. So yeah, that's really good casting.
You know, and classic James Gunn casting. Before we actually started filming, I seen something. I didn't have time to look into it. Apparently, Michael Rooker's going to be in this as well. Don't know what role. James Gunn likes to get Michael Rooker in there. My only thing is, maybe you'd want to give Michael Rooker maybe a bit of a different role. You know, not just like a small role in Superman. Give him like a nice role that he can probably see the rest of his career out with, if he wanted to.
Superman's dad?
What's a rumour, wasn't it, that Brendan Fraser's going to be Jonathan Kent? But yeah, we do need a Jor-El. But I don't think Michael Rooker could...
I don't think he could, no. He's just got that...
Jor-El needs to be... like Michael Rooker's gone his whole career acting a certain way. Maybe he could switch it up and do it. But yeah. I won't be opposed to it. Yeah. Anyway, Kyle, let's get to some good news for the Fantastic Four. Apparently, the Fantastic Four's been fast-tracked at Marvel. They want to start shooting early next year, January next year. Now, I say a good thing right now because we know they're reviewing everything, they're looking at everything, and seeing what's good. If they're confident in this, this was supposed to be shooting like back end of next year, and now they're shooting it at the beginning of the year. To me, this is like, same with Deadpool, they're confident in the product, and it's like, right, let's get cameras rolling on that again right away. Fantastic Four, early next year, so we are nearly in December. I'm assuming we'll be getting casting announcements pretty soon.
Hell yeah.
Now, my only thing is, people are reporting Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. A lovely casting of Reed Richards, if that is true. But if this is shooting early January, that's got to mean Pedro can't do it, surely. Because I'm pretty sure they're shooting Last of Us Season 2 around that time. Now, spoilers for Last of Us, Part 2 of the game. Let's just say Joel wouldn't be in Season 2 of The Last of Us all that much. But, yeah, there might be a bit of a conflict there. But if they are shooting in January, should be getting a nice casting update anytime soon. So, yeah, what do you think of this? What do you think of them, starting to roll on this pretty soon?
If they're confident, then it's a good thing, because they've been pushing back things. I just hope that this isn't like a PR thing where it's like, oh, we've pushed back so much shit and people are like going to be like, oh, we'll have to wait forever for Marvel. I hope it's like genuine and it's not just a marketing ploy. That's my only, I think, concern.
I don't think it'd be like a marketing thing. Not many people know when things are shooting.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but it's like us, like the people that look into this stuff. We all talk about it. It spreads around the internet. It's like I go on like social media on like and I see like accounts that have like, you know, millions and millions and millions of likes on such a small little detail about a film, an upcoming film or whatever, and it's like people talk about it then, and then people that don't know much about the films, you know, the whole big everything else about it, they will talk about it and be like, oh, this film's supposed to be like that. I mean, they probably don't have a fucking clue what they're saying, but they're talking about it. And all that people are talking about right now, Callum, is, as we full well know, is just Marvel is dying, Marvel's dead. That's all it is. So, you know, I'm not trying to be negative here. I hope this is a really big, good, like, positive.
Yeah, because I'd only want them to fast track it if they are confident in this product. Mm-hmm. And we've seen that that's, you know, what they're doing with Deadpool. They've got to be confident in that. It makes sense. They must be confident in this as well. You know, they've had, people are forgetting, they have had a good 6 months to look at everything while the strikes have been, you know, happening. While stuff's not been going their way, and they've had a good 6 months to really take a seat back and look at everything. And I think we're going to look back in a couple of years' time and think, yeah, it sucked when the strike happened because of all them delays, but it was possibly the best thing for Marvel.
Like the well, it's kind of like how it was with Endgame, and after that, the pandemic basically hit.
Yeah, but you know,
Give you a bit of break. Give you a bit of break.
Yeah, but that, you know, we thought at first going into that that'd be a good thing, but that really hadn't translated. You know, the break. It's, for me, it was before Black Widow came out. They said, "Oh yeah, Black Widow's been on the shelf for over a year, done, completed. We're happy with the film." And then Black Widow turned out to be what Black Widow was. I just hope Feige's looking at it with that Feige eye that he's got. If anything, I don't think they can make this worse than the Fantastic Four films we've already had. Gina, just saying. I think they're going to do a pretty good job. And if they don't, they don't. But we haven't seen the film yet. You know, just because a certain person's been cast in a role doesn't mean it's going to be bad. Got to wait for the end. Got to wait for the end product. That's all you've got to do. And if you're still not interested when it comes up to it, you don't have to see it. That's another thing. So yeah, hopefully they get rolling on that next year, and we should be back to form. Maybe. Who knows? We might not be. Got some good news, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Dave Filoni is he's got a new job at Lucasfilm. He's now chief creative director. Now, all that means is he's gonna just go through and just look at everything before it starts to get made. So yeah, that's his new job. He's gonna have a bit more control. He's gonna be working with Kathleen Kennedy instead of for Kathleen Kennedy. But he's been doing interviews, and you know, someone's asked him about Bale and Skull. And he says, "Look, obviously there's a story there." He says we're in a wait and see sort of period with it, which I get. You know, Ray Stevenson's only passed away this year. They don't want to announce that they've got someone coming in to recast him this year.
They're gonna have to recast.
Yeah, but he said obviously there's a story there, which Ray Stevenson was by far the best part of Ahsoka, easily. You know, and I'm not just saying it. Are you saying that because he passed away? And he was fantastic in this. He was great.
Do you know? He reminded me of like not a Luke, but an Anakin Skywalker, where he kind of kept, where he didn't become like this big robot. He was just this powerful, force-wielding badass. You know, that's what it kind of felt like a little
Yeah.
bit, like the Anakin we never got. Because I know there's like loads of like fan stuff, you know, like fan art and stuff where it shows like Anakin wielding a red lightsaber, and he's got like, you know, black robes, and he just looks badass. He's a bit old, a bit more grizzled. You know, it's kind of like a nice tribute to that for the fans, but then it's like you get this really awesome character as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, they're saying obviously there's a story to tell there. Where do you think they take his character? Obviously got to be a recast, but do you think he's maybe going to be in the film, the Mandoverse film, or are they going to try doing Ahsoka season 2?
No, I think they're gonna. I think the way they've set it up in Ahsoka, I feel like it's ready to go straight to the film now. Because
I feel like that as well. Yeah.
Because like you've had this build up, you've had the build up. Why have the build up to then do another build up? You know what I mean? He's gotten out of that galaxy wherever he was, and he's now in the Star Wars, not the Star Wars galaxy, but it's the galaxy that everything takes place in.
Yeah.
So he's there now. What better way to do it is like just right. He gets there. It's a film. They've got the cast ready. You know, everyone wants this. It'll be fucking badass and awesome. Yeah, I don't see the point of doing another season because it just feels like it feels filler. Like the whole season will just feel filler.
Yeah, it's especially when we know the film's coming. It just don't make any sense to do another season, I don't think. But it does make sense to continue Balin's story. Have you got anyone in mind for the recast?
Ooh, trying to think who's like kind of grizzled, but not.
Yeah.
You know, who's still quite flexible, I guess.
I tell you what, right now there's a guy who's been coming into my work for the past 3 weeks, and he looks exactly like Balin Skull.
I'm pretty sure that's half the people that come into your work. I know, no disrespect to Balin Skull, but you know he looks like your typical. Oh, I'm off down to pub for a pint and a pop.
Me and Callum saw him. Yeah, I'm not on about myself. Me and Callum saw him and we was like, "That's fucking Balin Skull." So, yeah, I can't think off the top of my head either who I'd like to see maybe in a recast.
There's going to be someone.
Yeah, there's makeup and everything. You know, I feel like I'm saying this a lot lately. Just get a great actor.
Jason Statham.
Yeah, comments underneath us. Last video.
I'm not a Jedi. I'm not a Sith.
It was.
Just got a fucking lightsaber.
He said, "Yeah, Stephen Yeun's a great actor, but he's not Sentry any more than Jamie Foxx's Black Widow." Jamie Foxx would make a great Black Widow.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, do you want some Rey Skywalker news?
No.
All right, we're doing it. Daisy Ridley's been doing interviews. She said, and I quote, "People will be excited for the Rey film."
Yeah, she didn't specify how many people. She put like 5.
Yes, there will be people who are excited. Now, for me, I'm wondering why they're doing this film. You know, I like Rey as a character. I don't like what they did with her character in Rise of Skywalker, but I like her as a character. Now, will we be there opening night for this film? Probably, yeah. But I'll say this. I'm not excited for it because of what happened last time. But show me some good stuff. Get some good writers involved.
Do you know what this feels like? This feels like a through and through a shareholder conference call happened, and they're trying to, revamp the Star Wars brand a bit. What made money for Disney when we had, when we first got Star Wars? Oh yeah, it was those films with Rey in them, wasn't it? And Rey Skywalker. Let's do another one, because they always make fucking money.
It was Rey mush.
That's what it feels like. This does not feel like something that someone's come up with a great... I mean, it might do, but looking at it, it just looks like it's a money move. This film could end up being the best Star Wars film ever, but I doubt it. I reckon it could be a really good one, where it's like a bit more of a solo story, which I'm down for. It's just, it didn't leave Rey in the best of places.
Yeah. And do you know what? I would love nothing more for him to come back and redeem Rey as a character. I'd love that. That'd be great. But where the character was left, what they did with the character last time, I want a fan of. But you know me. I love The Force Awakens. And sorry guys, I like The Last Jedi more than I like The Force Awakens. I think it's a great film.
I think it's a good film. I just don't think it's a great Star Wars film. If that makes any sense, even though it is a Star Wars film. It just doesn't feel very Star Warsy. It just felt a bit off.
Yeah, do you know, honestly, the only thing I don't like in The Last Jedi is the canto bite stuff.
The casino plan.
Yeah, that's it, really. So, yeah.
Yeah. And with The Rise of Skywalker, the only thing I liked was Babu Frick. Hey! You know what? If anything came out of that film that was good, if we had to get a shitty third Star Wars film in that trilogy to just get Babu Frick, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but what about the memes? We got some pretty good memes just from Rise of Skywalker. I can't wait until when the Rey film's like properly announced and there's a trailer and there's the meme, somehow Rey returned.
Oh God. Yeah. Well, I think it's more of the case of somehow Kylo returned, because that was a character had so much potential, man.
I mean, I think we both agree that, I don't think it would have made the film much better, but, to stick the landing a little bit better, swap them roles of Rey and Kylo Ren, or Ben Solo as he is at that point, and then you're left with like a really interesting character who's done all this horrific shit and then has to go through the galaxy, maybe trying to do good, maybe they have to stand trial, all this stuff. Be very interesting to see.
It'd be a really interesting film to see where it's like he goes and he hunts down, like, this is if Kylo Ren lived and Rey died, and he just went around hunting remnants, and like it could be such a great where he like meets with some like local people on a planet, and they're not very like well equipped to take on these people. Maybe he's just roaming, maybe he's doing like Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's just kind of lost, he doesn't know what to do, and he lands on this planet, he just sort of surviving, I guess, and he comes across these people that are being like held down by a very like powerful like the Empire was basically, but a bit more smaller. And then it's like, they don't know the atrocities that he's done. They just need help. And it's like,
or he's like hunting down like the old Knights of Ren and stuff like that. If there's any more of them out there, I think he got most of them, didn't he?
I think the Knights of Ren were heavily wasted. I feel like they were just, I feel like that's such a cool film though. Like with Kylo Ren having to sort of like, he's sort of redeemed himself. He's turned to the light side, but he doesn't feel like he's redeemed himself. Yeah. He still feels guilt. Like, imagine that as a film. That'd be fucking awesome. Where he's actually he feels so conflicted. It's like he wants to help these people, and if he does, he like reveals like who he is or whatever like that.
Yeah, and he goes down like a dark way of doing it as well.
Yeah,
and he's like, he's still got that darkness in him.
Yeah,
like
that'd
have been
like, kind of like how it was.
Yeah.
It shows that bit of darkness. Yeah. But unfortunately, we don't live in a perfect world.
We don't. But then again,
Yeah.
You know, I don't know who's writing this.
Don't really care 'cause it's not happening.
Well, that's another thing as well. Now that Dave Filoni's been put in charge as Chief Creative Officer or Chief Creative Director
This
at
film is
LUCASFILM,
definitely now not happening.
this film might not happen. So, yeah, who knows? All we can do is wait and see. Wait until we get that first trailer. You know, if it does happen, and if that first trailer's any good. Kyle's making his bed. Then we'll know for sure when we get that first trailer. But
you can introduce the next
just
segment.
wait until you're ready, mate. That's all.
Just
wait until you're ready.
Just introduce it.
No, just wait until you're ready.
Introduce it.
I'm just waiting until you're here. Right. Something you're not going to be too happy about, Kyle.
Shit, mate.
Christopher Nolan's come out, said he's not directing the next Bond film. He says he's not doing it. So all we can assume now is talks fell through for this. I just want to say one thing. MGM, why didn't you just let this man make the film he wanted to make? You could have had... If you let him just do one or two, guess what? You've still got this IP. And he would have probably made the best Bond films ever. And I'm pretty sure Oppenheimer's nearly hit $1 billion. Or has worldwide, which is crazy. But yeah, do you think MGM are big fucking idiots for letting this slip through their hands?
Absolutely.
Like, they could have had.
Because Nolan's not like he's not like that certain director where it's like he can do one thing and he can do it really, really good. It's like Quentin Tarantino. Yes, he does a lot of different movies and they do quite vary, but they all have like a very similar tone. So do the Nolan films, but he's able to go from a comic book film to a film about space travel to then going, making, I know I just said like comic book movie, I mean the Batman film, but he's made 3 of them. He's never made sequels before, but he did for the Batman films. And then to go on to make a very sort of like depressing look at the Manhattan Project, Oppenheimer, and I don't
think there's a jolly way to look at that, Kyle.
Well, what do you mean?
There's not a jolly way to look at the Manhattan Project.
No, I know, but I'm saying it gets into it.
Yeah.
It really goes into his psyche and like it's hinted at the film. And then he does a time travel film with Tennant. Dunkirk, which is like it's like a head fuck film, and then you got
Don't your mum met them?
and then so he could have done it absolutely, and he could have. This could have been the thing where he could have made a sequel for. He could have done sequels again.
Yeah. Honestly, a Nolan Bond film would have been... Any year that were coming out, it would have been my most anticipated film of the year. Because Nolan films are already up there. And then with an IP that I already love, combining both them things, it's like Lego bricking, man. It's like one way and another way.
Yep.
You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you want to explain Lego bricking?
No.
Let's not do that. So yeah, I think they're really fucked up here, not landing this. But what we're going to do about it, write a letter or cry on the internet.
Cry on the internet.
Cry on the internet. That always works.
We can always picture it in our heads.
Yes, we can. In fact, let's take a second and picture it right now.
Yeah, it's called schizophrenia.
Yep, I love fucking schizophrenia. It's like my favourite thing. We heard about the ice cream flavour.
Next topic.
Shut up, grow up. we got a new look at the Penguin show. They are finally back shooting this. Obviously, this got stopped even when the writers were on strike because they was just protesting, you know. They had a picket line in front of where they were shooting, so nobody could get through to shoot anything anyway. So this has been stopped for well before the actors were even on strike. They're back doing it. We got a new look at it. Colin Farrell looks great as Penguin, as always. You know, this is 2024 now. I think they're supposed to come out around about now. Sadly, that ain't happening. But are you excited for this?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll hold me till the next Batman film.
Definitely. And do you think...
I'm curious as to how it plays out.
Do you think we're going to get Batman
in this?
Yeah.
See, I feel like the most generic thing to do is to have him, like, show up for, like, it'd feel like a cameo. You know? I'd much prefer this show taking... So, you know how the Penguin is... He's not the main character in the film, obviously. And Batman's sort of, like, chasing the villains, for example. I want it to be on the opposite side, so you kind of see a little bit of Batman, but you don't see the inner workings of what he's doing. He's just kind of like, oh shit, like he's
more played from maybe a horror perspective of Batman from the villain's point of view.
Yeah, because they they explain it and they show it very well of like how Batman does these things, how he figured out the Riddlers, how he figured out all the Riddler stuff. Why not just do it where it's like they don't show him figuring it out? He just he figures it out off screen, whatever, and you see him in like the action-y type of bits, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like that'd be cool.
See it from like a Arkham NPC sort of perspective, where it's like you don't know what's fucking at you.
Yeah.
No, definitely. You just got me thinking about the Arkham Reddit. I love that thing.
Yeah, the Arkham Reddit's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like Arkham Reddit.
Me and Kyle are supporters of Man.
Do you think Man will show up?
I think Man might be in this.
Yeah. Do you know what, right? I am going to piss myself laughing if fucking Batman shows up and Penguin just says this line. He's like, oh, man. He scared the shit out of me.
I want him to go back to year one, to an earlier version of Batman's costume, where he maybe didn't have the ears or something like that. Then he just walks in and he's like, what? He's like, just goes, what are you, man? Think of it.
What the hell is this, man? It just needs to say man, and it's fine. It's perfect.
It's perfect comedy, instantly.
Yeah.
After that, but yeah, another interesting thing with this as well. They lost the original location, didn't they, for where the Iceberg Lounge stuff was shot?
Oh, did they?
Yeah. They're not allowed to shoot there anymore. I'm pretty sure it closed down, or something like that. So
probably been bought up.
Yeah. So it's movie magic though. Anything can be done. They can recreate the sets if they want to, pretty easily. I don't see why they wouldn't want to do that. So yeah, 100% for that. Super excited for this. But I think that will do us for today. Anything you want to add, Kyle, before we go?
We're doing another one of these news ones probably tomorrow, and then we're doing a Invincible review on the Friday, but it's going to be quite late on the Friday because I have to work later because it's Black Friday, which is an American thing, so I don't know why we're doing it here. But
Did you just say you hate America and freedom?
No, I just... Oh, God.
Are you a supporter of Joe Brandon?
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah. Do you not... You need to see... we've got quite a large American... You just rip ass, mate. You just fired.
No, my chair.
No, you, mate. I seen the look in your face.
No, my chair, bro.
No, mate. I seen that look
I
in your face.
fucking shit myself.
Yeah. So before you go, you got to look in camera and say you love America.
I can't comment on America because I've never been. But entertainment-wise, pretty good. You know, movies, TV shows, games.
I think the news for America's just entertaining.
Yeah, news is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, you must just see every day, not every week, every day, something about Florida.
Mate, every hour, like Florida man shits on a mother's grave, then does the worm.
Nah, it's got to involve an alligator.
I've just made that up off the top of my head, but I bet that's a real.
It's probably real. Probably involves an alligator.
Always involves an alligator. But right, that'll do us for today. Like, subscribe, share, do loads of other good stuff. Comment down below. Let us know about the woke culture war, because we give a shit. I just saw them comments from fucking other day. They've just got me giggling. Just reading it. I just see one of them, and underneath video, one of the comments was just, "It's shit." Fuck, that's Kyle with another account.
No, that actually isn't me.
Yeah.
You know, probably was.
You need to go find that comment. You just need to just another shit film it. Like,
Yeah,
Kyle has been popping into our comments here and there, just commenting the same thing, which you will probably do for eternity now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Just thinking it.
Another thing, Movies and Beyond TikTok is coming. And so is Kyle. All right.
I could probably look into it on Sunday, just because I don't think I'll have much free time, or even tomorrow. It's my day off tomorrow, so yes,
boobs. Right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you all later. And Kyle's mum is a nice lady.